69 postal towns that make up the Nakasendo Trail. Day 2 of the Nakasendo Trail. So yesterday we did the long route, walked up that way, and today Christine and I are going to head down and check out some castle ruins just south of the city of Magome. Noelle's chosen to chill for the morning, and we're going to pick her up at lunchtime. So fortunately the hotel owners here are awesome, so we shall get on the road and check in shortly.
You want one too for later?
Yeah, grab one for later. Do you have tomatoes?
No.
Nice little shop.
Yeah.
I don't think you should go in though with shoes on. I'm not sure. And Hillbilly's Coffee next door. But they open at 8, so we haven't really had a chance to experience. It's like breakfast is at 7:30, exactly 7:30. The door opens at 7:29:59, and food is on the table. So, but they do have instant coffee there, so Christine gets her fix, and I get a little sip as well. We're back for a little quick votive before we head on. Well, day 2. We're here sort of at the main drop-off, and we're gonna hike the other leg. So yesterday was Magome to Tomago, and today we're going to Shinkayaya. I'm sure we're not going to get as far as that, but there's a couple of sets of castle ruins, and that's what we're going to try and see today. Noelle's opted for the air-conditioned room and a big thing of fresh blueberries, so she's fine for the couple hours, and we'll be back when we find something interesting to look at. So we're heading into what I believe is called the Mizo Valley. That's what our guide was telling us about yesterday. So the history there is that guy built that house, or his family built that house, and they've turned it into a hostel or an onsen. So you can't kind of film in the little hot baths, but suffice it to say it has a very Nordic-like wooden soaking bathtub, sort of like a hot tub. But you have kind of a bit of a ritualized cleaning and scrubbing you go through before you do it yourself. I'm sure back in the day somebody else did it, but you do it yourself, and then you sit in this hot soaking tub. And at hot, I'd say it's probably up around 140 or something. Just what you need after a long hike. Kitty crossing markers. Almost has kind of a little Switzerland feel to it right here. Eh? Of course, I don't think you'll see too many rice paddies in Switzerland, but the vibe is there. Country living. So one of the greatest pleasures of traveling this way, spending a couple of days, and then spending a day just wandering around, nothing and nowhere particular to go, you come across these kinds of things. It would be lovely to walk up there, but I think this rope is probably telling us not to. But this is pretty stunning. sleepy little village here on a Saturday morning around 9:30. Alright, we're 0.6 kilometers from Magome, which is our hometown, and we're heading for Ochiajuco Post Town, 3.4 kilometers. We're going to try and do it in 2.5 hours. Well, let's see how that works out. Alright, baby, let's hit the road. We started. That's a nice tree, though.
I wonder if you could grow one of those.
Well, I'm sure you could do it with some of those. I just don't think there's the, hey, I want a bonsai tree out front kind of approach to it, unless you go out and buy one from some place. Oh, look at that view over there.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get to that. So the Nakasendo Trail, a lot of it was replaced with highway. So there's this nice path we took yesterday. And I guess there's bits and pieces scattered along what the original route was. But it seems a lot of the route actually became what's today's highways. This being a highway, they call it, I guess. But they do have super mega freeway, expressway, super highways, whatever you want to call them. But thanks to trains, they don't have the kind of traffic congestion that we have. Now I can only speak for right now, which is sort of beginning of the third week of August. And we're hoping there's public transit to get us home from wherever we're going here, but we'll stop and do some check-ins here and there. This is pretty nice. I wonder if it's like this guy's behind us. Saturday morning garden. And for your drinking pleasure. Well, there appears to be a competition for the most beautiful gardens around. This one's a top contender. So it looks like this here's a nice little onsen, inn, hotel, motel. And a nice little rest station here. We'll take a quick break and catch you later. We're rejoining the original cobblestone path off of sort of what became the paved over highway path. on our wandering off track. So we're trying to figure out how to get back, because it's not often that the trains run, or the buses run in this little town. So we're just going to kind of keep an eye on it and get into the main town, because you usually have more options there, but Google will tell us. So this is the original road. It's in pretty good shape here. Though being this far out, I guess we're not going to see a lot of the English translation version. This piece is really well preserved, eh? Like even better than the stuff on the other side. Wow, that's some serious engineering went into this. So it seems to me that people kind of move from town to town here, and there's a luggage service that picks up your luggage and drops it off. That people don't sort of stay in one town. And we've seen that with all of the other guests that stayed with us. But the guy was surprised to say we were staying those couple days, and we had said, oh, we wanted to see more of the trail, and he said you should go see this part of the trail because it's the original trail. So here it is, and I would definitely make it a little side trip, because if you're in really good shape and really hustling it, you could do the other leg in the morning and still make it out to see this. Beautiful. The only thing they wanted us to do is not kill the plants.
You had one job.
Oh, I see light at the end of the tunnel there. And here we have it, the end of the Osoiai cobblestone path. So this is a short little section of the path that's completely original. And it's really quite an engineering feat with all the drainage and everything built into it. It's all still operating fully. Stones are all still in place. It's the first bit of it that we saw on the trail, though we walked the whole kind of tourist side of it earlier. So a temple to a healer. Let's go have a look. Okay. These for Christine's garden. I think you could just leave the offering there as a gift. And we'll figure out where to find one of these. Miami used them on that Islamic museum. What was that one called? Nice bamboo forest. Doing the downhill hike. Everybody coming up has been decked out in serious jogging gear with hydration vests and wick-away gear and super sneakers. So I can see why, if you're going the uphill route, this is uphill. And that's the town we're going to in order to catch the bus back. So that's not too shabby. That was a nice 2.5 hours. I wonder if Uber comes up here. Here comes a car. You just call Uber. That's pretty cool. Little artistry in their masonry. Well, we're back into the nice covered woods here, so it's not so hot. Today's not as hot as it was yesterday. Boy, it would be nice to be swimming in that hole right over there, eh? Well, this is getting awfully close to the town of Osoiai, which is that one we keep showing in the background. But I have to have one more look at this baby. Wow. Beautiful. So now we found a station. There's buses leaving from it about every 30 minutes. So that's where we're heading for now. Transportation fare setting scheme is to grab a ticket on the way in. Our ticket is number 11. And you watch this sign here. So number 11 is 380 yen right now. And it goes up about 10 yen every time you hit a stop. So we're 3 stops away. We're probably going to be about 450 yen each. So maybe $4. Not bad for a quick bus ride back to the hotel rather than going all the way up that hill. So we'll see you when we get home. So today's street food is a soya bun plus the rice balls from yesterday that are peanut rice balls. They're just way too awesome, but couldn't get the camera out quick enough before I ate them. So, but This here is a nice little bun, steamed bun with some soya in it and a nice kind of curry gravy. So yummy. Here you go. You can't go wrong with chicken nuggets.
How do I bite this?
There it is, the infamous peanut rice ball.
That's so good.
Yummy. How's your chicken? Is it good?
Good, but I don't know how to hold it. Just like you were.
Seems to be working.
Not really. Or you just...
Dude here's flooding his field right now. When we passed by here this morning, this was all bone dry. We're off to find the Magome Castle ruins. And somewhere in the mountains, this well, it's not much of a castle, but there's a few foundation bricks there, and there is a little memorial sign, though we have no clue what it says. But this is what the Google map says are the ruins, and the reviews say it's not much more. One of the many castles destroyed. We're taking a little rest in this school bus stop. They got a clock there, mounted on a rock with the instructions. I'm sure that's telling us where we are. And they have this view to look at in the morning before they go to school. It's almost like air conditioned in this thing now, going from a very hot 34, 35 degrees out there right now. It's probably about 26 in here with a cool breeze. You can hear it running under our feet. And they can control it and shut it off, because this is what's going on here. That one down there is still dry, so we're probably going to do that one after. And we're heading back up into the town. We've been up and down the town a couple times, but each time we were either hustling to the hotel or starting to walk. So the last half a day we're going to spend checking out this little town, wander down some back alleys, and then have our last dinner. Pack it up and head for Kyoto, where we have to find some magic girl merch, catch a zoo in an aquarium, and whatever else comes along. We're still looking for the tea ceremony for Kirstine. But we'll check in shortly. People don't like cameras in crowds, so we've been keeping it away from the crowds. I get the impression people pass through here rather than kind of stay here like we have. So we're here for a couple of days to do 2 legs, but a lot of people just pass through. But either way, we have an excellent selection. And Nellie looks lovely.
Okay, now I just found the only thing that I want to wear, and hopefully I don't get stained.
They've had these really nice soups with the meals here. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And this one's a fish soup with little fish balls in it, so looking forward to that. Otherwise, it's been lots of rices and little sushis and fresh fruits and kind of fried sushis. Wonderful, wonderful. Best of company, too. Look at these 2 lovely ladies.